Hello everyone and welcome to the program. In today's program, we are privileged to have Dr. Lossan Bonde, the Assistant Professor of Computer Science at Adventist University of Africa. I'm your host, Knight Abuto. To start us off, kindly tell us what is e-learning in simple terms.
E-learning in simple terms means learning that is provided and delivered through the internet. And you have some synonyms that can be used, like you can hear online education,
Yes.
you can hear distance learning.
Yes.
But distance learning shouldn't normally, is a bit different.
Okay.
Because distance learning has started since even the 18th centuries.
Okay.
So where people could mail courses to people overseas or from different places. But today, the modern, when we say e-learning,
Yes.
we refer to learning that is delivered through the internet.
I see.
Yes.
So how can e-learning benefit Adventist schools?
Yes, e-learning can benefit Adventist schools in many ways. First of all, number one, we need to know that with e-learning, we don't have the geographical barrier.
Yes.
So it makes the learning accessible to more people.
True.
So through e-learning, Adventists are exposed to more students.
Yes.
So the student that can come to the school is larger. That's one important fact. Second fact is e-learning in general is the cost to operate e-learning is lower.
Yes.
You don't need a lot of physical infrastructure.
True.
So it can be of benefit. Thirdly, it's very important to consider that with e-learning, you can actually share expertise. You don't need to, you can use any professor throughout the world
Yes.
to deliver your courses. So we can share expertise using e-learning.
And Dr. Bonde, what is the current state of adoption of e-learning within Adventist schools?
Well, I need to say that let me maybe consider the situation in the context of Africa. When you consider in the context of Africa, we have 27 universities and colleges in Africa, Adventist schools in Africa.
Yes.
But among the 27, up to now, there is no single that is offering a fully online program.
Okay.
AUA, the Adventist University of Africa, right now is the pioneer in that area.
Okay.
They have gone through all the steps that is required to implement online. They have acquired and they have recruited an expert in online. They have gone through developing the curriculums for online,
Yes.
going through having IT infrastructure that is required to do online, and all these steps have been done. The last step that are waiting is just the final approval from the Commission for University Education in Kenya.
Okay.
So pretty ready to start.
Yeah.
But so far, this is what I know, the university that is almost starting online. It is true that with the COVID-19, many universities are offering some kind of, we call it emergency remote teaching, where people are delivering courses online. But those programs were not designed to be delivered on the internet.
Yes.
So it's a kind of to save the situation.
Yes. Okay.
I have seen that out of the 27, if you visit the websites of those universities, you will see that at least 8 they mention online on their website. And when you get there, the only thing you see is just the platform, a platform,
Yes.
an online platform. And that platform, by examining, you can even see that it is not really widely used within the university. Yes.
Oh,
so to say it is really something that we have to venture into. Yes.
I see. So how can e-learning contribute to fostering mission within Adventist schools?
Yeah. E-learning can contribute to the mission in many ways. For example, I want to take the example now, this time out of Africa.
Okay.
In US, we have the North American division has set up what we call a learning community, which is a kind of online program. In that online program, they have various programs for different type of people.
I see.
For example, I have seen, if you go to the website, you can see that they provide training when you are newly nominated or appointed as a conference president, you go through a training.
Okay.
So through online learning or e-learning, we can provide specific training to different types of people who are involved in leadership, so that can help in fostering the mission.
Yes.
Also, by using e-learning, we are more exposed because we can reach virtually everywhere. Then potentially, we are going to reach more people who are not even aware of the Seventh-day Adventist, and they will come to know about the Seventh-day Adventist Church, our beliefs, our philosophy of education, and so on.
I see.
Yes.
So what are the potential dangers of adapting e-learning in Adventist schools?
Yes, I think e-learning should be done properly. When it is not done properly, then it can be dangerous in terms of quality. Yes, as I said, for example, taking the example of the Adventist University of Africa, they started with the steps of having an expert in the area, then training the faculty who are going to teach online, training how to design courses for online teaching. Then next, acquiring all the infrastructure that is required. All these are in place. Design the policies that has to go for the online program. Once all this is in place, then you have all the authorizations, then you can move ahead. But if we take online as just a kind of using just the internet to dump any course material that we just put in digital, and we call it e-learning, it becomes very dangerous. Yes.
Okay, so you're trying to tell our viewers today that training is key, acquiring the right infrastructure, and adapting the right policy as concerns e-learning is very essential.
Very essential.
I see. So how credible is e-learning today, especially in the African context?
In the African context, e-learning is still relatively new.
Yes.
So people, employees, they don't know much about it. And the natural tendency, when you don't know something, is to, first of all, to doubt, and to be, you are not very confident, you can't trust. So it is true that right now, because of some challenges that we know in the context of Africa, like, for example, people, power, we still have power issues in some areas, internet access barriers. So it is true that if good investment is not put, online is going to be poor quality. So today, people are not very sure that all these are put in place in the programs that are going on. So people, they don't know exactly what it is, and they are not sure of the quality, then therefore, people are a little bit reluctant. Yes, when you see a degree and they say it's online, the employers may tend to doubt. But the situation is changing. And with time, it's going to change very fast.
True.
When we'll have the first people who have gone through online program and know what it is, who are becoming employers, then the situation will probably change.
Yes. But do you think that in future they're going to put, are they going to indicate on the certificates that you acquired this certificate through e-learning? You did a bachelor of this and this, but you acquired it through e-learning?
On the certificate, it will not be written.
True.
But the employer will always, he can always find out if he wants.
Yes.
If he wants, he can always find out to know.
What programs and levels do you recommend for e-learning in Adventist schools?
Well, I will say I will recommend for e-learning in Adventist schools that, first of all, we use it for training. So that is training programs.
Yes.
We use it for certification program. But we can use it also for master and doctorate levels.
Okay.
I don't advise fully online for lower levels, like the undergraduate and the secondary and primary schools.
Yes.
Because e-learning require a lot of self-discipline, a lot of time management competencies that at a lower level we are not sure that the pupils have those capacities, and it may not lead to good quality. And also, even the internet access today is still, in Africa, internet access is still relatively high cost. So people who are already working, have already an employment, they have remuneration, they can afford to get the bundles so that they can have proper internet connection, and so on. So for me, I will just say it's good in terms of levels. Let it be at the graduate level, master and doctorate, training programs, that is continuous education. So that's very good. Certifications, these are good programs, but not for high school and primary school.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it might be quite a challenge, as you've mentioned, due to the discipline involved in it.
Yeah, but it could be a good idea for still at those levels to integrate some kind of online learning, but this should just be used to enhance the face-to-face program.
Yes, I see. So as the assistant professor of computer science at Adventist University of Africa, maybe you could share with our viewers, how do you get started with e-learning?
To get started, as I was explaining the process that AUA went through, that is the real process, starting by putting in place the expertise for online course design and delivery. So this is either you can hire or contract the service of an expert in online education. They are expert in online education. Then once you have this person, he will train the faculty and put in place even a program to train the students who are going to go online. So we design the program to be fully online, and then the IT infrastructure is very important because everything is driven by technology. So you need to have the right technology put in place and have also the personnel, the IT personnel, to operate that technology. And then once that is in place, then you can now look for approvals. And once you have the necessary approvals, you can now deliver a quality online program. Yes.
Okay. Viewers, there you have it. You have to have training, the right personnel, and the right infrastructure, and following the right policies in order for you to get started with e-learning. Now, Dr. Bonde, what are the potential barriers to the adoption of e-learning in Adventist schools?
The potential barriers that we can see, as we have already expressed, especially in the context of Africa, we still have the challenge of power in some areas. We have the challenge of internet access, good quality. These are challenges. Then beyond those infrastructure, I can say infrastructure challenges and barriers, we can also have some, maybe a lack of vision from the leadership of the schools could also constitute some barriers. Or lack of not seeing the trends, how the world is moving, can also be a barrier. And then, of course, financial limitations. When you have financial difficulties, because all that we have said imply to have some financial means. Hiring somebody who is expert in online, putting in place the IT infrastructure, having the right platforms on the clouds, all these require finances.
What is the role of the school leadership in the process of adoption of e-learning?
The leadership is very critical. It has a pivotal role in the shift to online. If the leadership will carry that project of moving online, then it has chance to succeed. So the leadership has to be at the front of it, And then because there will be the people who will defend it at the board, the different board and different committees, so that it can really be implemented. Yes.
Should e-learning phase out the traditional face-to-face learning in SDA schools?
Well, I will say no. I will say no, and it should not. E-learning is very good. It responds to specific needs.
Yes.
You have some people who are working and cannot afford, they cannot get the time to go on traditional face-to-face program.
Yes.
But yet they want to continue their education. So e-learning has an aim, and there is a market, there is a niche that it has to reach and to provide education to everybody. But e-learning should not be made for normal students that are going in the normal curriculum, like the high school, the primary school, the high school, the first, I can even say the first degree.
Yes.
For me, those should not, should still, will be preferred to be done in face-to-face. Or in face-to-face, in blended. Blended is a kind of combination of face-to-face and online, where the online component is just enhancing what they are doing in face-to-face. It's a continuation of what is going in the classroom, outside the classroom.
I see.
Yes.
And now finally, Dr. Bonde, what impact do you think the COVID-19 has or will make on e-learning?
The impact can be, let's say, it's positive and negative at the same time, according to my view. I think with the COVID-19, most universities were forced to do what I previously said, the ERT, that is emergency remote teaching. So probably it will open the mind of many people. So if we can school staying at home, why do we need to go back again to school?
Yes.
So these are questions. So some people may say, especially those who have the internet access and the facilities, they may see it not very fit to go back again and to sit all day long in classrooms. So probably that can help to boost the adoption of e-learning. So it opened a new market. But on the other side, it is likely that, it's not even likely, for sure, all these programs that are now going through the ERT, most of them were not prepared for online. We are lucky at the Adventist University of Africa. We were already prepared and we were already ready. Everything was set. So we could just overnight shift and switch from the face-to-face to the e-learning. That was okay. But most schools, it is not the case. So which means they were just trying to survive and they will just provide something. And in this provision of something, it's going to be very defective. And probably many students will hate even online. Because that is the model that they may have in their mind and say, this is what e-learning is. And that can have a negative impact on e-learning. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Bonde, for gracing our program today. Viewers, that was Dr. Lossan Bonde, the Assistant Professor of Computer Science at Adventist University of Africa, discussing with us matters on adoption of e-learning in Adventist schools.